All right, before we talk about this Yeti boycott of Team Red because they're mad they didn't want to fulfill one of their orders, you know the things that they like doing that they're always mad at when it happens to them? That. We'll go into that in a second, but Foist, I just want to point out, because they're circulating this thing where Sugar Daddy Doo-Doo is reminding everyone that, hey, he's stepping down from his position at the end of May, okay? Bullshit. All right. They're reminding you of that right now because look at the numbers. They're going right back down. They're losing the gains they got over this last week after he cried and then begged. But also he is about to get in trouble for this bribery thing that he just did that he had to delete. And now the other party is suing. So they're trying to do some damage control. Hey, guys, remember, I'm leaving anyway. Bullshit. Okay, bullshit. They'll figure something out. They'll put him in somewhere else. They'll executive order something. Okay, so he's just trying to save his own ass and save his stock. Don't buy it. Now, back to this Yeti illegal boycott. I don't understand. I thought the Reds hate boycotts. I thought they don't believe in that. So the very same people who have made Tesla their whole personality over these last 2 weeks, I can't believe these violent Dems aren't going to buy a Tesla anymore. They're now boycotting Yeti because Yeti told a conservative women's group, no, we're not going to make those custom cups for you, which is something they themselves love doing. No, we're not going to bake you a cake. No, we're not going to make you a website. Those people. So whenever it happens to them, whenever they get a tiny little taste of what they like to dish out, they lose their shit. So they are now boycotting a brand for doing the thing that they love doing to other people, which means I will be buying from them. I have no desire for anything from them. I don't really use the cups and stuff, but I'm about to do it just because I'm about to be them. Okay. So those are two things. I don't know if you saw Canada is officially cutting ties with America once the stench announces the next roll of tariffs. They've already said it. They're really ready to cut us out. Mexico has been cutting us out of stuff. Basically, every country is working around us and working to set up deals and partnerships with other countries and to cut us out. And for some reason, a bunch of two-teethers who live in the low education states are going, this is making everything great. Grinder Johnson talking about dissolving federal courts. They're on here going, that's going to make America perfect. Okay, you're also seeing a lot of bots supporting Ms. Ruski Asset for being caught lying under oath. And so they're like, she's an amazing God-fearing patriot. So there's a lot of that coming from the Ruski bots. Speaking of Ruski bots, you saw that Unky Drunky Petey has a Ruski email address, did you not? Isn't he in charge of the DOD? I wonder why the person in charge of the military of America has a Russian email address. I'm sure that's fine. That's making everything great again, right? I'm just being a sensitive snowflake that doesn't understand how anything works. It's perfectly fine for the Secretary of Defense to have a Russian email address. It's fine. I don't know if you saw, but the people who are very knowledgeable about fashion, okay, the professors, the people who wrote books on it, they're fleeing the country, okay? They see it happening and they see the people sitting down going, maybe it won't get worse. Maybe it's not going to be that bad. Maybe, you know what, I would still do it because even though I lost my job, my convictions say I hate blacks. So I would still do this again. Okay, so they're leaving. And again, I need y'all to prove them wrong. April 5th, baby. Okay, let's prove them wrong and let's prove to them that y'all know what's going on. You can see it coming and you're willing to push back and you're not just going to let it happen because they are leaving. They are leaving because they're like, shit, they're just letting it happen, aren't they? So it really is up to us. It really is up to us. And I know I already talked about certain states wanting to fill the undocumented labor positions with their own children, but I just want to remind y'all that like veterans, like women, they use kids when they want to, okay? They don't care about kids. These people, these family values, convictions people are passing legislation to fill the jobs they don't want with their own children. I'll say it again. They said they needed to get rid of all these tax-paying workers, okay? Because they were paying taxes. Because they was taking all the jobs and Billy Bob couldn't get a job because of all the undocumented that were picking the strawberries that he really wanted to go pick. Okay. Now that they're being rounded up, disappearing off the streets and causing a humanitarian crisis where other countries are warning that we are violating human rights and all kinds of other things. Now those very same people who wanted those jobs so badly, they were willing to deport taxpayers. They're now saying, yeah, I don't want it. Send my kid. Yeah, my kid can go work in the fields. If my kid wants lunch from school, let him work for it. Yeah, my kid should earn money that I collect. Yes, absolutely. Let my kid pick strawberries for less than minimum wage, and then I will take the money. Are we catching on to who these people are yet? Remember how I said a bunch of those family vloggers were leaving California, and the folks that attend the places like 412 around here were upset that they're all leaving? They're leaving because they have to pay their children. And they have to set up trust funds for the money they're making off of them. And they're leaving for states like Tennessee because they don't want to give their children their own fair share of the income that they are making. These are people who live off of some form of unpaid or low wage labor. You know the word for that? The SLA word? Okay, that's how they get anything. They don't build for themselves. They don't do for themselves. They find others or children or whoever they can to go do the hard work. And then they come in at the end and take credit and go, look, we're the builders of civilization. Bitch, you're about to put your own kids in the field while telling us that you're the family values people that love and protect children. Get the fuck out of here. And just for one little more cherry, baby, if you haven't looked, the housing in Florida and Texas. Go look, baby. Everyone's selling. Everyone's selling. The Airbnbers are selling. The people are selling. Folks are trying to get the fuck out of there. So don't let the mainstream get to you too hard, all right? People see what's up. People are not happy. People are fleeing the oppressive states, and the media is telling you it's all fine. Pay attention.